Hey friends, so for today's video, I am going to the food bank. We had a little financial challenge. Well, we will this month. Here in Canada, we receive like the child tax benefit. If you're in the US, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but those in Canada know. And mine got delayed because of a mailing issue that was on their end. So that's fun. But anyways, we are working with a lot less, or at least we're working with a little less this month. And we do depend on it quite a bit though. But I'm having a supplement with the food bank. I actually haven't been here in a while. I can't remember last time I actually came, maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3. Anyways, actually I think it was 2 months ago. Yeah, about 2 months ago. But anyways, we are going there today. There is nothing like traffic road work to really amp up your driving skills. The route I usually take here was, to my surprise, blocked off, and I had to kind of like go on streets I wasn't familiar with. It was fine, and I'm really glad. It's really been challenging me because I have to do a highway test soon. So anyways, that's like completely irrelevant. But if you're new here, I'm doing a whole month of, no, not a whole month, a whole week of Vlogtober videos this week. So go ahead and check out the previous ones. They're super fun. We've got a little bit of fall, a little bit of Christmas, and a little bit of living on a budget. So we are going to go into the food bank now, and then I'm going to share with you guys everything that we got this month. So here's what we got at the food bank for the month of October. I'm gonna just show you guys everything that we got. I do have one item in the freezer. I'll just show you at the end. I don't want it to melt. The first thing I picked out was this big can of pumpkin. They had a lot of pre-made treats, but I know I can stretch a can of pumpkin a lot further. So I got a can of pumpkin because I'm gonna do some baking. And the next thing I got was this pack of chicken. We're gonna have that for supper tonight. I have 2 cans of salmon. I'm actually going to give those to my sister. I do have a few items here I'm going to pass along because I'm not going to eat them. We're not going to eat them. So give it to someone who will. We have a jar of peanut butter, which is really good because we were running out. Some of these milk chocolate cookies. So good. They're like the, I think, Celebration knockoff. We also have a orange juice. They had things that I could pick. I just picked this because I know the kids like juice. We have a big bag of potatoes. They look really nice. Some of these caramel chocolate chip rice cakes. We got a lot of these bars. This is something I'm also gonna pass on because I know my kids won't eat that. So we're gonna pass those to one of my family members. We have some spaghetti, a can of coconut milk. We have some of these brown sugar and bacon beans. That sounds actually so yummy. We have some red beans. The kids already got into these. We just had some cupcakes. They were a little warped, but there was only one package and I knew the kids would probably like those. We also got some of these buns. Best before October 15th. Today is the 15th, so they should be just fine. We'll probably use those today with whatever meal I make. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something in the crock pot, and I think I'll show you guys if I do. We also have some of these lentils. These are things at the food bank a lot of people don't like, but you can really stretch lentils and make quite a lot with them. We also have some milk chocolate. Yeah, going back to lentils, I haven't made anything in a while, but I think I'm actually going to really actually try to do this. I always say I'm going to, and sometimes I forget, but I'm really gonna try to use those lentils this month. We also have some of this garden vegetables, Tim Hortons soup. I love this soup. We have a little bit of milk chocolate. We have some of these cheddar jalapeno goldfish and mac and cheese Cheetos. A lot of produce. This is real nice because we don't always get really fresh produce at the food bank where we are. It's very hit or miss. So I'm really grateful to have that. And we have two squash. So I'm gonna do something with this with the chicken tonight. I think in the crock pot. I'm gonna just look up some recipes. But really thankful to have produce because that's not every time that happens. We also have a fruit punch, a big thing of eggs. When they give eggs, they ask if you want like a small bag of milk or a carton of eggs. I always pick the eggs. In my opinion, it's a better value, and eggs are really expensive right now, so I will always pick the eggs. protein as well. I feel like we can go without milk a lot of the time, but eggs is definitely a staple. 4 packages of the ramen noodles. And I was really excited to get this because I like rice, and I feel like this is going to be so easy to just heat up. And it's sticky white rice. I love that one. So yummy. We have a Naya water. We have 4 juice boxes. And I picked this sugar in the raw because I didn't have any sugar, and I really like this one. I believe it's coconut sugar, or it's just like sugar in its like purest form. So yeah, I'm not sure if I showed you guys the 2 chips. Maybe I did, but if I did, we also got 2 chips. Some Lucky Charms cereal. Love when they have cereal because I know the kids will actually eat this, and they always have a whole bunch of them. So I kind of searched and was able to find a Lucky Charms and was happy about that. We also have tin tomatoes. Love tin tomatoes. You can do a lot with those, and I always use these every single time I get them. And we have some laundry soap. I've never seen that there. They had, like, usually I get the pads, which you guys know I've showed you, but they had laundry soap. So I had to give it a try. I've never tried this kind, but you can never go wrong with that. So, and the last item we got were these Haagen-Dazs salted caramel. Definitely having one of these. That is everything we got from the food bank this month. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I do post these here and there, and I will leave all of them linked in the description if you haven't checked them out and you want to go and, you know, watch the rest. I love watching food bank hauls, so if you guys like to watch them, hit that subscribe button, and there will be plenty more. I also share living on a budget, homemaking motivation, motherhood, lifestyle, and a little bit of homeschool. If you like any of that, like I said, hit that subscribe button. So I'm starting by microwaving this acorn squash. I decided to only use 1 in case we didn't end up liking this meal. I didn't want to make extras and have leftovers and then it just go to the garbage. I will say ahead of time, this meal was definitely not something I'm used to be honest. I bought this ground chicken for $6 on clearance, and I've been wanting to try it because I know it's lower calorie and higher protein than ground beef. At least I think that's true. I think that's right. So I've been wanting to try it mostly because it's lower calorie, but I'm not used to having ground chicken, and I've not really ever had acorn squash. I may have had it like 1 or 2 times before this. So I actually didn't mind the ground chicken in the chili. It was definitely okay, and it would be something I'd have to get used to, but the acorn squash, I don't really know if I liked with these flavors. That's just my opinion. I don't feel like it tasted bad necessarily. It's just not flavors I'm used to maybe. So all in all, I give this meal like a 6 out of 10, and I would eat it again for sure, especially because a lot of this stuff was free. And I do have another acorn squash, and I will definitely eat it because I don't want to waste food. We'll definitely eat it even if it's not my favorite, and maybe if I try it in different recipes I may like it more. But like I said, this was just my opinion on the recipe itself. I got this recipe on Pinterest, and it's just not my favorite, but it was definitely okay. I would totally eat it again. I was missing a few ingredients like jalapeno and cilantro, so maybe those ingredients would definitely make a difference, but it was okay. So here is the ground chicken chili on its own. I feel like I would really like this on its own without the acorn squash. I just felt like the flavors weren't really a good match, but I wanted to try the recipe anyways. I've been looking for recipes with ground chicken, and I think I would have this again. I thought it would be so good if I had tortilla chips to dip in it. Like, how good would that be? So I think I'm gonna try that next time. But for a meal that was pretty much all from the food bank, it was delicious, considering, like I said, it was all free. And I'm one of those people who, you know, doesn't waste food, so I definitely will eat the other acorn squash. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.